Hey guys, Ryan here. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of STEADYCAM. This episode, something a little strange going on. Now, I'm lucky enough as a guitar player to play for quite a few artists across many genres. This gig in particular is a pop gig for an artist, JESSIA, on Republic Records. She's got a few hits out, kind of a newer artist, but doing really great. And I'm lucky enough to be her musical director, which means I make the show and arrangements and things like that. But I actually have not played guitar live with her yet. Now, that being said, I am playing with her in 2 days. What that means is I gotta refresh everything that I made and look into the guitar parts because that's the gig. So follow me on my journey here, relearning these tunes, rehearsing, and going to the gig. So when I'm learning songs, I really like to focus on the key parts. So is there a standout lead or a solo that is very impactful to the song? Depending on if I'm the only guitar player on the gig, I'll learn all the rhythm parts and the lead parts just to be safe. You don't want to know how many times I've shown up and done the wrong part. In this case with JESSIA, I am the only guitar player. There's keys and drums. So I have a lot to cover, which is great because, beat standing around waiting for the next part to come. But once I've kind of made myself familiar with the parts, I'll go in and dial in tones per song. If it's a pretty standard gig, I'll leave it pretty simple. Some things are quite specific to the song. So you do need to go in and do the work, which is unpaid time. So for some songs with JESSIA, I need to be on acoustic as well, which is hard because I can't switch instruments very often. So I've actually built a few patches that are just acoustic simulator style patches. And they're pretty close, completely passable for a live gig. So for her hit song, it's actually an acoustic guitar in D standard. That being said, I can't bring another guitar, let alone an acoustic, in D standard. So I've actually programmed the Helix to do the dropping for me for that song, which is pretty cool. But it's strange when you turn off your signal. So I've gone over all the tunes and I'm going to give my brain a little bit of a rest tonight. Rehearsal is tomorrow, early afternoon, so we will catch you then. Night night. Oh, you're still there. So it's the next day, it's Thursday morning. I have about half an hour before I need to be at rehearsal, so pack up the things and roll. Goodbye, Billy. I'll see you in a bit. I love you. We are here at Soundhouse Studios in Vancouver with my boy, Mr. Kevin Castro.
Yo!
Playing keys. Let's go. Got Mr. Brent here. Brent is our normal TM front of house, but he is on another gig. He's just gracing us with his appearance today. And Mr. Kwan on the drums after it, getting after the drums. So we've run through the set one time. We are going to do another one just to make sure there's no hiccups. Everyone's sounding great. Actually, Kwan is normally playback on this gig, and he's filling in on drums and crushing. So it's really nice to have everyone in the same room again. It's been a minute. Haven't seen Kwan since Calgary in July of last year. So
Stampede.
Yeah, Stampede. Ooh. And actually, yeah, little side note, Mr. Kevin Castro and I did a lot of the arrangements together. So say hello, Mr. Kevin.
Yo!
I will tag him right here. Meow. Yeah, really nice to be back in the same room with everybody, and we're gonna go for it again. So pretty cool little rig here. All fits in a Pelican Air. All the playback and everything, wireless stuff fits into one small Pelican. That's really convenient. Got to love that. So we are at the venue, loaded in, getting ready to check. Everything's coming along nicely. We're actually playing like an arcade. So behind that curtain is an arcade filled with children playing. Take a look at the rigs right meow. Jaquan on the Yamaha. Pretty nice little backline kit. Not too bad. He's rolling playback as well as drumming today, so double duty. I'm running my trusty Helix into my trusty Yamaha guitars, and we're still waiting on Kevin. Now I will add, I do most of my stuff on flyouts. If I'm not touring, I'm flying, which means I need to pack pretty light, and this gig is no exception of that. So I'll show you what I usually take. Mono bag, everyone knows them, double bag, 2 guitars, real heavy on your back, but real convenient at the airport. And then just a Pelican case for the Helix. Let's go! What are we doing?
We're just playing some hippity-hoppity music, and people like this.
Are we playing hip-hop?
Hippity-hop.
What gig are we on? So I just got home from the gig. Sorry I couldn't film much of that, but you know, it's loading a car and driving home, nothing crazy. What a fun time. Special thanks to JESSIA for having me on and having me on since the beginning. It's been quite the ride. It was a fun little gig tonight. Thanks to Stereos and Elijah Wood, who we played with as well. And yeah, we'll catch you next time on STEADYCAM. Thanks for tuning in.